My name is Drew.
I'm Jonah. Welcome to BJHS.
We're going to be telling you all about the school. Now we're in the cafeteria hallway and we're in front of the student administration office. You come here for passes and gold slips and anything you need, and if you check in, you'll come through this door. And now we're going to move to the lunch lines.
Right here is the first lunch line. You can get meals there, and then this line here is a specialty bar. You can get a salad, or if the cafeteria is serving a special food, you can get it there.
This is the menu. This is our school menu. Every day before you come to lunch, you'll come through these doors, and then you'll come straight down to the menu, and you can choose what line. So today they had breaded cheese sticks with marinara, and chicken tenders, and potato wedges.
You could also get a salad
at the specialty bar.
Or you could even get a tuna salad sandwich, a turkey bagel, ham sandwich, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, a bagel, or ham and cheese sandwich.
And each day they have extra snacks.
These are two other meal lines that we have.
They're just for the regular meal for that day. And now we're going to be walking down to Mrs. Gamelgard's room. This is the student services. You come here and get bus passes, and if you have referrals, you'll come here, but you probably won't need to worry about that.
Lost and Found is also located.
Yeah,
right
Lost and Found is just right around the door. And now we are going to be heading towards the Arts for Life hallway. This is where you'll be taking classes as a 6th grader before or after PE.
The Arts for Life classes are IT or instructional technology, home ec or home economics, art, and music.
And to the right, we're going to turn right down the hallway. This is where they have IT, which is technology. That's technology 1, and down here's technology 2.
Here's the art 1 room and then the art 2 room.
And your teachers for art will be Mrs. Jackson.
Or Miss Martinez.
And Mrs. Jackson has an assistant, Mr. Frawley.
Here's the family consumer science room. One is for sewing and one is for cooking. Halfway through the 9 weeks you will switch and cook for half of it and sew for half of it.
This room is for cooking, and you'll start with Mrs. Shaw and Mrs. Verley, and you'll always have the same teacher. This is the chorus room, and you'll have chorus here during ENR, or you'll have music class here as the 6th grader only. And during the 9 weeks, halfway through, you'll switch teachers between Mrs. Sandy and Mrs. Garrett.
And here's our display case. These are some things that some other students have made in home ec. You will also make these things.
And then
this is the other home economics room. This is where you sew. They have sewing machines set up, and they teach you how to sew and talk about test-taking strategies, and it's a lot of fun.
And on the left here, you're going to be seeing the nurse's office. This is where you go if you're not feeling well. And as soon as you always go in, the nurse lets you put on hand sanitizer so the room is clean. Now we're going to walk down towards orchestra and
the band room. This is an orchestra room. It's the music room you'll be in when you're with Miss Garrett for the year. And then down, this is another showcase for band awards, other orchestra awards.
And now we are at the PE room.
This is the gym. This is the West gym right here.
And this
is the band room right here. You'll go here for band. If you're in 5th grade band, you already know about it. And then right over here are the bus doors. This is where you'll come in the morning. So you'll just come in and turn left down the Arts for Life hallway, and then you'll turn right to the cafeteria hallway. And as we're around, you can look up and see all the awards that our school has won for athletics. There's multiple for just every sport. All right. Down this way, to our right, this is the hallway you'll go down for PE. The locker rooms are down there. There's the East gym as well. This has the heart monitors in it, which you'll be using for just a little bit at a time, every once in a while with your teachers, and they'll tell you how to put them on. And then
each PE teacher has a certain board that tells you what you'll be doing for the day, and this is the board for 7th graders for
Outdoor ed,
outdoor ed.
which is a lot of fun that you'll do next year. This is the PE storage room. Your teacher might ask you to take some equipment back there after you're done using it for the day.
Then these are certain boards for certain classes. So this is a class
This
for
is Mr. Bass.
Mr. Bass.
And then right now we're having the BJHS School Olympics,
And
which
it-
are a lot of fun. And
It tells you everything that's going on. And each day before you come to class, you'll want to look at the board. And the board tells you what you'll be doing today. So today, Mr. Bass's class will be dressing in their PE clothes. They'll be meeting in the East Gym, and they'll be playing in the School Olympics for volleyball.
you always want to dress for PE unless your teacher says otherwise, because if you don't dress for PE, you won't earn points or participation or anything.
This is the first boys' locker room. This is the old boys' locker room. This is where you will go to change before your PE class, and then after your PE class, your teacher will dismiss you, and you'll come change.
And this is Mr. Willie's board. It tells you what we're going to do today. Like for 5th and 9th hour, we were meeting in the West Gym. 6th and 8th hour, meeting in the East Gym, and we're playing the volleyball part of the Olympics.
Then we have Mrs. Ink's board, and everyone is in the Olympics right now, so you'll just basically have the same thing. This is the men's PE office. This is for students who need help with like their PE clothes, if they lost their PE clothes, or just need to talk to the teachers. This is the East Gym. This is where you'll be having some of your classes. You can go in because no one's in. Right now, the volleyball net is set up for the Olympics. Alrighty, now here's the women's PE office. We're using the women's PE office. Just same thing. If you have a question for your PE teacher, if she's a woman, then this is the girls' locker room. Girls, you'll go in here, change before PE, change after.
Which locker room you're in for PE depends on which PE teacher you have. If you have Mr. Willie or Mr. Bass, you're in that locker room. If you have
Mr. Shipper,
or any other teacher, you will be in the newer locker rooms. Are down here in the new wing of the school.
Then the same thing applies for this. You'll have, if you have a question, you just ask your PE teacher. And that wraps it up for the PE hallway. So we're just gonna walk down and then see you around later. Yeah, our team won in the Olympics. Oh,
Hi there.
we're here again. And now we're going to be walking towards the cafeteria. This is where you'll be eating lunch. Each class has a certain table it sits at.
And you also have a certain time that you eat lunch at.
Yes.
What letter you are in depends when you eat lunch and where you eat lunch. Every class eats lunch in this room, but not at the same time, obviously, because then there'd be way too many people in here.
Up the stairs is a stage. This is where the drama club meets and has their performances. By the field to play, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a snack bar, and they use it, or you go up there and get snacks, whatever you like, for an extra cost. It's not included in your lunch meal. And then you can also get extra drinks, just extra food, chips, whatever you want. And there's water fountains, and you'll have to raise your hand if you want to get a drink. And then there's bathrooms, and you'll have to raise your hand if you want to use the restroom.
Now we're going to head over to the 6th grade hallways, which is where all your classrooms will be.
Hi there.
Hello.
We're back again, and we're going to take you down the 6th grade hallway.
Hi, and welcome to the 6th grade hallway. This is where you'll have all your classes next year, except for Arts for Life and PE. The first classrooms you see here are 6J1. Your teachers will be Mrs. Cook and Mr. Pat.
On the right, we have 6B1. And for 6B1, you'll have Mrs. Chubik and Mrs. Kennedy.
Next we have 6J2. Your teachers will be Mrs. Irvin and Miss Gilmartin next year.
On the right, we have 6B2. And next year, your teachers will be Mrs. Nickerson, Mrs. Martirano, and Miss Schnicker.
And then up here on my left is 6H1. Next year your teachers will be Mrs. Nauman and Mr. Fillmore.
And on the right of the hallway, we have 6H2. Your teachers will be Mrs. Thomas or Mrs. Brandon. Now we're nearing the end of the 6th grade hallway. We're at splits. And on the left is doors in the boys' bathroom in 6S1. And on the right is leads to the 6th and 7th grade hallway in the pre-algebra room in the girls' bathroom in 6S2. For 6S, your teachers will be Mrs. Kelly. And on the lockers, you can decorate them with school-appropriate things.
And this is all you'll really see of the school this year in 6th grade. Next year you'll see some of the 7th grade hallways and possibly some of the 8th grade hallways, but this is about it that you'll see next year. In the morning when you come to the school in 6th grade, the first thing that you're going to want to do is go to your locker. When you go to your locker, you're going to want to open your locker first and then put all of your things in it. After you put all your things in it, you want to find the things that you need for your classroom and take those things to your classroom. Then you want to close your locker and spin the dial to make sure it is locked. In the morning when you get to school, you will see a board in front of your teacher's classrooms. This board will tell you what you need for class that day. After you finish gathering all of your things, you can then head to your classroom. When you get to your classroom, you want to walk in and then head to your seat or pick up any work that your teacher has for you. At the end of the day, you will go to your locker and then gather all of your things that you need for your homework. After you gather all of your things that you need for homework, you will put them in your backpack and then lock your locker and head to your bus. And that is a day in 6th grade. Now you're prepared for 6th grade. Have a good day.
Sports for girls. Girls volleyball. Girls track. And field. Girls cross country. Girls softball. Girls basketball.
Sports for boys. Boys basketball. Boys baseball. Boys cross country. Boys track and field.
And boys wrestling.